At 89 years of age, and while recovering from a complete replacement of his left ankle, the legend steps forward once more. John's next expedition begins in Costa Rica, where he leads a scientific exploration society team into the remote rainforest of the Osa Peninsula.
We are in the Osa Peninsula on the Pacific coast of Costa Rica. This expedition is a follow-up to one we carried out 10 years ago when we came here to do various things to help the local community and also to build a bridge. We agreed to come back to help people in the Karate area as well and rebuild the bridge using recycled plastic.
A decade after his last mission here, he returns to Costa Rica's Osa Peninsula, leading a hand-picked team of experts into one of the most biodiverse regions on Earth.
And John, because of his connections, has always tended to go to places that are not on the beaten track. I've never been to Costa Rica before. I've never been to a place as biodiverse as this before. And we have a great time exploring parts of the world and meeting people that we would otherwise never have the chance to do.
5-star accommodation.
John Snell is leading an expedition to be part of a group of people doing something really worthwhile. He didn't have to finish the sentence. Yeah, I said yes right there.
John Blashford Snell, well, did he start when he was in nappies? Just about. If I'm right, he started because his superiors asked him to do an expedition with young people, and he's never looked back.
We've got a great group of people here, but what I love is that there is a great diversity amongst the group, but actually all working together for a common cause.
John Blashford Snell is a phenomenal individual. He has been an explorer for probably most of his adult life. Probably started in his 20s and he's now 89. And here he is in Costa Rica on an expedition, leading it. He really is a tremendous individual.
Night settles over the rainforest of Costa Rica's Osa Peninsula. Their mission is as bold as the terrain, delivering vital medical care, strengthening remote communities, and continuing a lifetime devoted to exploration in the service of humanity.
One group going to Árbol del Abrojo. That means to see that carving rock, right? Okay. And the guide will be Marcos.
Night settles over the rainforest of Costa Rica's Osa Peninsula. The jungle hums with life as the team establishes base camp in a Nobi village. Voices soften, drifting into the night. By morning, the expedition moves forward into challenging terrain, long days, and the responsibility of the work ahead.
We're going to pick up the wood for the bridge at the company called Producol. They specialize on making wood from plastic, from recycled plastic. It's gonna last forever.
I'm sure.
Because Producol only makes very good quality wood.
Aquí están Yolima y Adrián ya con la carga lista. Nos dice. Pura vida.
Meanwhile, on the far side of the Osa Peninsula near Karate, the bridge team pushes forward, progress measured and hard won. With no road access, the greatest challenge is moving the steel girders, the backbone of the bridge, designed to bear immense weight and anchor the entire structure. Working as one, the team relies on ingenuity, pulley systems, and sheer physical strength to maneuver the girders into place, spanning the jungle crevasse inch by inch.
There is a community of people that have been coming on these expeditions over the year with the objective of building the bridge on the Osa Peninsula, which is the main link road to the national park here and to the Leona Lodge. So this is
a startup construction, which was really all we had were 2 beams across a ravine, and then we built it up from that.
And it's not an easy job. And so once we got the girders down and set from both ends so that they were as parallel as we could get them, because there is a bit of a bend in the girders, we put decking at each end, temporarily screwed, so that we could get it as square as possible and as parallel as possible. But bearing in mind we haven't got any scaffolding, then we had to start at one end and lay the planks down as we went, the decking, and screw those down.
The team works relentlessly, from first light to fading dusk, each member contributing skill, strength, and resolve to build a bridge in one of the most remote corners of the jungle. They cut, drill, and measure by hand, assembling steel and timber piece by piece when no machinery can reach.
Yeah, it is dangerous, but we'll operate as carefully as we can. That's why we can only operate from the decking. Once we've gone 4 or 5 feet, then it drops away, and we need to be very, very careful.
It's great fun. Drilling holes, constructing things. Yeah, really good fun, thanks.
I did say put a pilot hole in first. You've got to put a pilot hole in. We're starting to move after all the prep that we've put in over the months, not just this week or last week, but since the middle of the year. Going from drawings to ordering materials, getting everything in place. All the materials moved down here, shopping for tools and hardware in San Jose. So a lot of thought gone into it, and I think I've built the bridge about 200 times in my dreams. So we're getting there, and it'll be a good job when it's done.
There are no harnesses, no safety rails. Suspended 10 meters above the ravine, every movement must be deliberate, every decision exact. Below them, the jungle drops away into darkness. Above them, the structure slowly takes shape, bolted, aligned, and balanced against gravity itself. This is construction stripped to its rawest form, teamwork under pressure, precision without protection, and the understanding that one mistake here carries real consequence. And then, without warning, the jungle reminds them who is in control. A heavy rainstorm crashes down, sudden and unforgiving.
Well, we've got to the point where we're now in the middle of a rainstorm. We've got a generator out in the open, so we've had to close it down. So doing anything on the bridge now with power tools is impossible.
It's rather wet, and we're all fleeing while we can. All the generator's off, so we'll call it a day today. We made some progress. Come back tomorrow.
Tools are gathered, equipment secured, and work abandoned mid-task. With visibility fading and the ravine swelling below, the team retreats through the rain, trekking back to base camp, knowing tomorrow the bridge will demand everything from them once again. Delivering vital medical care to those without access. In Costa Rica's Corcovado region, that commitment becomes immediate and tangible. Reading glasses are distributed to young and old alike.
También estos. That match her outfit, doesn't it? Which glasses fit her better? Yeah. That one?
Okay.
Good?
Hecho.
Super.
Gracias.
Gracias.
De nada. Gracias. Hasta luego.
Critical medical equipment is carried into the school, turning a classroom into a temporary dental clinic, bringing not just tools, but the power to treat, relieve pain, and heal. Alongside his hand-picked team, essential dental care is provided free of charge, turning a remote outpost into a place of relief, dignity, and lasting impact.
On the expedition 10 years ago, this was the school that we sited and gave them a basic design. And the local people have built it out of bamboo. It's really a most remarkable construction. And Beyond it is the container, which they are trying to turn into a health post.
He has 7 teeth with problems. From those 7, 3 we can save it with fillings, but 4 needs to be pulled out.
Providing professional dental care in remote regions begins with trust and the skill to honor it. John's visit here a decade ago built that bond, allowing his team to return now and continue delivering care to those who need it most. Next door, first aid medical services are offered to the local community. Medic Tony treats a woman with a deep gash on her arm, carefully stitching the wound with steady hands.
Very good. Great job.
You know, as a paramedic in the city, after many years being in the city working, you know, it's a hard job and it really takes a lot out of you. And then, you know, for me, there was a point where I felt like I might not be able to do this job anymore, and I might not be able to work in the city in that environment anymore. And it, you know, that took a lot out of me. It was a big hit to my ego. It was a big hit to, you know, my confidence.
Okay, we're gonna just go for it because she's been tough, okay? She's a tough cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that exploration and putting yourself into these difficult situations and hard situations and working with a different team, it really gives you the confidence that you can come out on top. You know, you are still valuable, you still have the value, and you still can be valuable to a team. It's such an important way to get in touch with the things that you need and what you might need to go forward.
Okay?
Muchas gracias. Sí. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
Beyond medical care, John extends the expedition's reach into the heart of the no-bee community. Members of his team visit local schools, carrying supplies that are scarce but essential. Notebooks, pencils, toys, and simple treats are placed into young hands, met with curiosity and laughter. In these moments, the expedition becomes more than aid. It becomes connection, hope, and shared humanity.
The other side is the community work. That is really the thing that fills up our hearts, our lives. Seeing people that they have needs and we have covered them in different ways. As I said, medical, dental, schools. Sometimes we have building schools and clinics and doing engineering, doing scientists, geology, archaeology. Really, it's a great achievement.
Bueno, de mi parte, la segunda vez, la experiencia que me estoy llevando yo con venir de coronel en este lugar y persona como coordinadora también he sido yo Lima. Ha sido muy importante para mí, son 2 experiencias ya. Y venir aquí a ayudar o apoyar a los niños escolares es para mí es valioso, ¿verdad? Y también apoyar los proyectos, de diversos proyectos, también es importante. Porque ojalá que con esta visita que hace, que la gente conozca a nosotros, diferentes iniciativas que hay aquí de proyectos turísticos o turismo.
¿Vamos a hacer los juegos? Eso. Y entonces recibimos más. ¿Qué recibimos? Barritas más, digamos. Barritas. Eso. Vamos a hacerlo. ¿Listo?
John has spent his career documenting the planet's rarest animals, unveiling a hidden world, invisible to most, alive with creatures that defy imagination and expectation. Trail cameras are to be placed along expedition routes to quietly document the rare species that move unseen through the forest.
I won't put any camera traps up until we are on our way down, so we see. But actually, even somewhere here,
Though just 164 square miles, the Osa holds an astonishing 2.5% of all life on the planet, earning it recognition as one of the most biologically intense places on Earth. This is a living archive of biodiversity and one of the world's greatest frontiers for wildlife discovery.
There's a nice crossing point, water point here, so I think looks like a good spot. So my role here is purely to record all of the wildlife that we see. So, I mean, I have got down, I haven't counted up yet, but well over 100 different bird species that we've encountered in the last couple of weeks. You can see 20 different species of bird before breakfast in the morning. Extraordinary. But of course, many animals are nocturnal, so things like the Baird's tapir is primarily nocturnal, but to actually see them, it's much easier to have camera traps that are recording their nighttime zigzag walks through the jungle. At the moment, I've got a couple of traps laid out. I'm looking for any evidence of any game tracks, so if it looks like game has been through, and you can tell that obviously by things like spoor and tracks, but I would also look at any vegetation.
Where Sarah set up the camera traps is going to be crucial.
You sure they're making love, not war?
In a place this rich with life, one might assume capturing wildlife on camera is effortless. But in the dense, mountainous jungle, every camera trap demands precision, careful placement, an understanding of animal movement, light, and terrain. And even then, revealing the unseen depends on patience, timing, and a measure of luck, day or night.
We're very lucky in that Tim Harrison, our surveyor, who's been with us on many expeditions, is here today mapping trails in the Cocobada Park, and he also did a number of them in the Nobi region.
What are you taking notes of right there? Yeah, well, just the position, altitude, elevation, distance covered, and the route back.
Mapping trails includes obviously clearly the distance, the difficulty of the terrain, and the length of time involved, and what, of course, people may see along in the trail, which other people are involved with the wildlife.
Day fades into night, night returns to day, and the forest continues its quiet rhythms. During this pause, word reaches John of a local Nobi medicine man, a keeper of ancestral knowledge passed down through generations. John assembles a small team and sends them to meet him, traveling to a remarkable piece of land alive with hundreds of plants used for traditional healing. Communities from far and wide come to this place, seeking his wisdom, his understanding, and the chance to be made well again.
Sí, la planta es que cura. Yo, mi persona, no. Trabajo nada más con la planta. y con poder parte de Dios.
Do more and more people wish to become curanderos? Are you passing the knowledge to others, or is that dying away?
Pero las jóvenes ahorita no, es que mismo eso va por hogar, ¿verdad? La casa. Es como el hablado, conversación, nuestro idioma, o le llamen como lo llamen, ¿verdad? Pero ya aquí se está perdiendo.
Medicine man, he calls himself a curador, which is a traditional doctor using herbal medicines. And he was training for it from the age of 16. So I think he's probably been practicing for 40 plus years. Again, it's a bit of a dying art. He used to be training up 4 or 5 younger people, all of whom dropped by the wayside for one reason or another. So he's not sure whether he is the last active traditional healer in the territorial reserve at Alta Laguna or not. But he has a wide range of medicines which are used for an equally wide range of treatments, and he collects the plants from within the reserve, in fact within a couple of miles of where he lives.
Bueno, para que esté en buena vida no debe tener ninguna enfermedad en el cuerpo. Dije de la tierra, vuelvo, eso lo mantengo, ¿verdad? Hasta el final. Para estar bueno, tiene que estar bien la mente, bien el corazón, bien la vista y bien el diente y bien también todo el cuerpo. Tiene para estar bien. Y esa persona está en movimiento, no siente ningún dolor.
It is sad to think that something which has existed, for centuries, even millennia, and has served a community well, is going to die out. But one does understand that young people all over the world are less inclined to take the words of previous generations as being gospel. They want to find out for themselves. They want to make their own way in the world.
The expedition is producing a simple guide booklet to promote the Osa Peninsula and encourage visits to the Ngabe people.
At Alto Laguna, Colonel John Blashford Snell breaks camp and regroups the team. The next objective is clear: reunite the Jungle Investigation Unit with the bridge building crew and assess progress on the ground. The journey is a 3-hour drive along rugged jungle roads, winding toward the remote sands of Karate Beach, a bay named for Sir Francis Drake, rumored to have once used it as a pirate hideout. Today, it remains largely untouched, defined by little more than a narrow airstrip at the southwestern tip of the Osa Peninsula. This coastline is known as the Gateway to Corcovado, the primary access point to Corcovado National Park, one of the most biologically intense places on Earth. From here, John continues by ATV. He moves at midday, when the retreating tide briefly reveals a passable strip of sand. Once the water returns, the beach disappears, closing the only route north and halting travel by ATV altogether. Traveling 2.5 kilometers north along the beach to La Leona, a secluded lodge chosen for one reason. It sits just 400 meters from the bridge construction site. Before anything else, John meets with the bridge team's leaders, reviewing their progress and taking measure of the work ahead. A new day dawns. The bridge team is up early, seizing a brief break in the weather. The rain has eased, replaced by crushing heat and thick humidity. But it will have to do. There is no pause. They return to the construction site and take up the work once more.
Yeah, it has been challenging. We've had problems with resources, problems with the weather. We had a massive tropical storm, but we've rigged up, you can see the tarpaulin, so we can work in any weather now, and we should move forward very, very quickly. I suspect you'll probably see most of the decking going down today.
The bridge rises steadily as the team works, cutting, drilling, and assembling each piece under the weight of heat and time. Progress is hard won, every gain measured in inches.
We've overcome pouring rain, torrential rain, absolutely soaked to the skin. If it's not doing that, it's brilliant sunshine causing you to perspire just as much as the rain gets you wet. And then if it's not doing that, you've got the humidity, which is just energy draining.
Then Without announcement, a familiar presence emerges at the site. Colonel John Blashford Snell arrives to see the bridge for himself, surveying the work, gauging the effort, and lending his support where it matters most. His presence lifts spirits, renews energy, and drives the team forward.
Well, it's nice to be back after 10 years. The work seems to be going very well.
Reunited, deep in the jungle, the teams move as one. Momentum grows, progress surges, and the bridge takes shape, cut by cut, step by step, spanning the ravine below.
We move forward, we put the decks on, but we have to make sure we get the handrails, the handrail uprights and the handrails on as we progress. So
these boys and the girls today are doing extraordinary work. We are going to see in a few days, finished, inaugurated, and we are happy. Being here in Osa Peninsula, the ocean, the forest, what else can we ask?
We made great progress. The pacing is awesome. The teamwork is out of the charts. We're just having a great time.
We've just put on the final decking board on the beams to stretch one side to the other without going down the ravine. You can now cross the bridge.
With the final beam in place, the bridge's greatest trials are behind them. Built from recycled plastics, it stands strong, ready to endure nature's fiercest forces and serve the community for generations.
Projects like this, where we can leave something of a legacy behind, and that's kind of where the SES is coming from. I'd like to doff a hat to John Blashford Snell. He's given a lot of us, and certainly me, adventures, a sense of purpose. You know, the stories we'll tell for the rest of our lives about these tours or these expeditions are quite invaluable. So thank you, John. It's the last one. Hola.
Progressing well. I look forward to seeing it again.
One of Colonel John Blashford Snell's greatest legacies is inspiring the next generation of explorers and changemakers through Operation Raleigh. Today, John treks 2 miles inland, climbing a steep jungle mountainside to an oasis known as Lunar Lodge, owned and operated by Lana Wedmore. At just 18 years old, Lana joined one of John's Operation Raleigh expeditions, an experience that transformed the course of her life. That journey led her to Costa Rica, where she now dedicates her work to protecting land and wildlife through the White Hawk Foundation. Together, Lunar Lodge and the Foundation stand as guardians of the Osa Peninsula, committed to conservation, community, and preserving one of the most biodiverse regions on Earth for generations to come.
You know, I think one of the most beautiful things about Operation Raleigh, John, thanks to you and Prince Charles, is the courage and the passion and being compassionate with each other, working in service. I think in every expedition, every single person felt something about what they were doing for people. We were also so lucky because we got to, promote Operation Raleigh all over in New Zealand and Vanuatu. But just want to thank you so much for your legacy.
No, at all. Well, you're responsible for this. This is a wonderful thing, and it's given me great happiness to see what you've achieved.
So when I was on Operation Raleigh, it gave me a passion, courage, independence, and working together and working in service. And I think that's the most important thing that we all need to learn right now.
And the great joy here is you've got a lot of animals around you.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think it's just hopeful that the White Hawk Foundation will really prosper and save this valley.
Nature is the most important thing in my life. I have a foundation called the White Hawk Foundation. Mother Earth will survive, and so will the animals, but they need a place to feel free and safe. And here is one place they feel safe. They're able to roam freely. I mean, you can see when you go to Korkoa National Park, right now, thank goodness someone had the vision to make this park over 50 years ago. but there's areas around the park that need to be protected. And that's one of the most important things about my White Hawk Foundation, is that it's a very, very important biological corridor that we need to protect. There's no other place in the world like it. That's why I think it's our responsibility to protect this place. This is love. Behind me, this is love. And that's what we all need in our lives right now. And nature can help you do that. You can feel it. Makes you feel again.
Well, I hope that the little bits of work we've been able to do here over the years has helped. And it helped the people who live here, and helped preserve the Cocovado Park.
He's an incredible man. I just feel so honored that I've had the opportunity to be with him so many times in my life and watch him. And even when he speaks, it's just like everyone wants to listen. You know, he has such honor in his words, and he makes you want to be like him in that way. And he's so kind, but he gives so much of himself to the world. Thank you for everything, truly. Everything that you've done in your life for so many people. You're such an inspiration.
Well, you're now doing it for a lot of people too.
3 weeks into the Osa Peninsula expedition, John reunites the jungle investigation team and the bridge crew once more. Today is the moment they've all been working toward. After weeks of relentless effort, the jungle bridge stands complete, strong, secure, and ready to serve the community, allowing people and supplies to move safely through this remote stretch of the Karate region.
A very big thank you to all the Costa Ricans and Britons and Americans and Colombians and Canadians who've worked on this and made a success of it. We hope now that this bridge, which will provide better access to the Cocovado Park, will be a real asset and will at least last another 10 years, maybe more, we hope.
I'm a military engineer. I spent 37 years in the army. This is my favourite bridge because all the bridges that we built in the army, we built and then we had to recover. This one is staying, and hopefully, John, it'll be more than 10 years. I hope this will be here for 20 or 30 years.
It was a real team effort right from the start. Thanks to everybody who orchestrated the outcome. Thank you.
I now declare the Manzano Bridge open.
The opening of the Manzano Bridge marks a moment of triumph, celebrated by John's team and the local community, a testament to what can be achieved when exploration serves humanity.
I am very happy that we finally have the bridge up again, and very happy with the results of the group's project. Thank you so much for the support to our community. We appreciate it.
I feel very happy. I am honored that the Coronel came back 10 years later to impact with really nice projects in our community.
To be honest with you, my greatest joy is to have an expedition completed successfully. Well, the wisdom I give is try to find something to do in life that is actually helpful to mankind and that you enjoy, and you'll do a job far better if you can enjoy doing it.
Now it was time to relax for a couple of days at the legendary Lunar Lodge and enjoy our traditional burn supper.
With the Manzano Bridge complete, the SES team gathers at Lunar Lodge, perched high above the jungle canopy of the Osa Peninsula. In a timeless tradition, they honour Robert Burns with a Scottish supper, haggis, whiskey scotch, music, dancing, and the spoken word carried into the night. Beneath the stars, toasts are raised to nature, to cultural adventure, and to a living legend among them, Colonel John Blashford Snell. Colonel John Blashford Snell's mission in the Osa Peninsula is complete, a triumph of courage, vision, and heart. His legacy endures, carried by those who dare to act, to dream, and to shape the world. The future belongs to those who explore, who lift others, and who build a planet more vibrant, more connected, and more extraordinary than any generation before.